Skill 9, highest common factor. We're going to do this in two parts. In question 1a, we've got 36 and we have to list all the factors. So let's find the ways we get to 36. You can get there by doing 1 multiplied by 36, so they're both factors. 2 multiplied by 18, they're factors. 3 multiplied by 12, 4 multiplied by 9, and 6 multiplied by itself, multiplied by 6. So here we've got a list of 9 factors, which are all numbers that go into 36, and that's quite a few. That's what we need to do for question 1. Question 2 is a bit more specific to the skills we're looking at developing, and that's highest common factor. So the two numbers in question 2a are 4 and 12. And what we can do is list the factors of each number. For 4, they're 1, 2, and 4. For 12, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. The highest number that appears in both lists will be the highest common factor. In this case, the highest common factor is 4. In question 2d, we're finding the highest common factor again, but the numbers are 24 and 32. We can list the numbers again. So for 24, we get there by doing 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. For 32, we can get there for 1 times 32, 2 times 16. Don't think we can get there with a 3. We can get there with a 4 times 8. Don't think we can get there with a 5 or with a 6. So that looks like all the factors for 32. Hopefully I've got them all. Let's look for the highest number that appears in both lists. They both have 1, they both have 2, they both have 4, and they both have 8. So 8 looks like being the highest common factor for 24 and 32. That's the skill we're working on here in question 1 and 2. Highest common factor gets a little bit trickier when there are letters and numbers involved. So what we do, we follow the same steps. We look at question J. We've got 60 PQ and 30 Q. Now the numbers here aren't too hard, but it's the letters we need to think about as well. So step 1, let's find the highest common factors of the numbers. So 60 and 30. Well, 30 goes into 60, so that's going to be the answer straight away. Alright, the highest common factor for the number will be 30. So let's say step 1, the answer is 30. Step 2, we're looking for any common letters, any common pronumerals that appear in both. So here we've got a P and a Q, and here we've just got a Q. So the only common letter is the letter Q. So step 2, our common letter is Q. Step 3, when we go to write our final answer, we just put these two together. So our final answer, our highest common factor, is 30Q. And that's our answer. So if we do that again, let's look at question M, 6A and 9C. Step 1, look at the numbers, 6 and 9. The highest common factor will be 3. So step 1, our answer is 3. Step 2, do we have any common letters? We've got A and C. So step 2, there's no common letters. So our answer will simply be 3. That's our final answer. There's no common letters, so our answer is just the number 3. For question O, we've got 3x squared y and 4x squared z. Step 1, look at the numbers 3 and 4. The only common number that goes into 3 and 4 is the number 1. 2 doesn't, 3 doesn't go into 4, and 4 is too big for 3. So 1 is the only number that goes into both. For step 2, we're looking for common letters. We've got an x squared and a y. We've got an x squared and a z. So x is the only common letter. So we put in x, and then we choose the lowest power that appears. Now these both have the same power. They both have x squared. So x squared is what I'm putting in for step 2. If one of them had a higher power, let's pretend this one here was x to the power of 10, and this one here is still x to the power of 2, then we'd choose the lower number to be our common factor. So we'd choose 2. Alright, but in this case they're both the same, so it doesn't matter. So then our highest common factor, when we put those two together, is 1x squared. Remember, we don't have to write the letter 1, or we shouldn't write the letter 1 out the front. So our final answer is simply x squared.